What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another weekend vlog. So before we get too much into this one, I wanted to talk first about pre-emergence. I was actually in Northwest Indiana a little over a week ago for my son's college graduation. And when I was there, it was like 37 degrees and spitting between water and snow. It was just completely miserable. I did see though that things had progressed. There was probably a little bit of a warm spell a little earlier in the season because some of the flowering trees are already out. Cleveland pears, possibly Bradford pears. These things smell like dirty baby diapers. But what I wanted to let you know is that I checked the soil temperatures there and it's actually time for Prodiamine throwdown. See, what happens is I start my Prodiamine content pretty early in the season every year, and so when we get to the middle of April, people up north think, oh my gosh, I've already missed out. But if you look here, the soil temperatures in that part of the country, again, that's Midwest, right outside of Chicago, are right in the window to throw down pre-emergent to stop crabgrass. If you'd like to learn more about how to stop crabgrass and the whole strategy behind it, I've got a free guide that I've written that I'll give you a link below. And if you want to get ready to throw her down, then I've got Prodiamine down there for you too. So I've got a few things that I will cover today, and of course I will give you a damage report here on the grass. But before we get there, let's talk about my experience with the reel mower. So some of you are going to notice that I'm out here to mow today and I actually have the rotary and not the reel. And that's the first realization I've come to. If you're going to commit to reel mowing, that's awesome, but you're still going to have an old school rotary mower for a couple different reasons. Number one is if the grass gets overgrown, which we're not overgrown here, but if the grass does get overgrown, then the reel's just not going to be the best for that. You're going to need a rotary for cleanup. But really here it's about debris. See, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Now I've got a sweeper attachment that I could use, and I have a blower, but oh, somebody's electronicals. That can't be good. But you can see there's just all kinds of stuff from burnout pad. You know, this right here would destroy a reel mower. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the blower and blow this off, but in cases like this, it's gonna be much better to use a rotary. That mower can definitely handle chipping up some junk like that and no long-term damage or effects. Get away with a reel mower by itself. You're gonna have to have a rotary mower to back you up. So if you do make the commitment to do reel mowing, it's really a double commitment. You have the normal mowing, the rotary mowing that you're gonna do, and then on top of that, you use the reel. And let me show you now my first impressions, the first time I actually used the Sterling 51, which is the Allet mower that I got. Let me show you the first time I mowed with it and my initial impressions. All right, so the height adjustment on this is easy. It's just a dial on the side over here. Super easy. They got inches and millimeters. That's good. Thank you very much, Allet. So I guess let's start at 1.25 inches just to make sure. I mean, I don't think any of this is even close, but it kind of undulates a little. It's new sod, so it's not completely even, and my fear is that I'm gonna scalp certain parts, and our event is exactly 1 week away, so it won't grow out from scalps. Yeah, I mean, I have a sweeper attachment, but I didn't bring it. All right, let's just go for it. Here we go, inaugural cut. Well, it's at 1.25, so I don't even know. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it's cutting. It is going to take forever, no doubt. 20-inch mower, 1 acre of grass. I can do it. It's not cutting very much. All right, let me go to the end here, and we'll turn it around.
You're gonna have a hard time.
Well, if it's just going to fold down the nuts edge, why do the people say it has such a better cut quality? Cuts like scissors. Huh. That's nothing to do with the machine. I think that's the reel mowing. I think we've been sold a bill of goods that reel mowing is actually better, and it's not, but we'll see. You gotta still let me hate on it a little bit. I can't act like I'm in the club, you know?
It's not my $6,000 that we spent.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's go down. All right, we're gonna go down to 1 inch. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, so you can see the stripe. That's lighter and that's darker, and the sun is behind us. So I mean, that's why you have this. Now, this particular piece of sod was laid in the perfect direction. All the other ones are going that way, so I don't think we're gonna see much. But it does show us that once this gets dialed in perfectly, it is gonna stripe really well. So, all right, Brett, you take a pass, see how you do. Now you can probably see the stripes a little better. Like Brett said, it's hard to keep it straight because it's still a little bumpy, and I mean the sod hasn't even settled yet. But, so I don't know, putting stripes in it might be terrible because they're gonna look horrible, but.
They'll look all right once we get used to it.
Yeah. I like how you keep saying we. Are you gonna help me with this or what?
Dude, I like it.
All right, get back to it. Boy, it smells good. All right, y'all, well, I guess I'll give you my first impressions. It's not enjoyable to mow with this, but that's not the fault of the machine. It's just really bumpy out here. The sod is just freshly laid, and you know, there's a lot of work that'll have to go into this to make this a lot flatter. You can see the stripes. I tried to do double wides, but because it's bumpy, it kind of, they're there. It stripes great. I mean, obviously it has giant cylinders on the bottom, but it's really hard to keep them straight. So other than that, I'm disappointed it won't cut the nutsedge. I mean, what was I expecting? Precision cut except nutsedge, I guess, which is the problem we have. And that's actually a problem for me because now I got to figure out how to cut that. I can't just leave it sticking up. But, you know, change is always difficult for people, so that's why I'm being negative about this. If you see me in 2 months when this is all flat and beautiful, I'll probably be telling you I love it. So that's it for today, and that's it for now. I'm going to go back and attempt to finish this. I mean, that's about how I feel, you know? So you can see I was a little frustrated, but that's because it was something new to me, and I think that's something we can all learn in lawn care. When something is new to you, especially when it becomes equipment, you always need to give it a little bit of time to get used to it, for you to get used to the tool, and for the tool to get used to you, honestly. And going back and forth, your first impressions a lot of times are gonna be negative like mine was. And that's another reason I'm using the rotary today, is I've got to cut off the nutsedge that's still growing here. But I will tell you that after that time and finishing up this mow here, and then I came back the morning of the race, the Friday morning of the race, and mowed again and put in some stripes, and I'll tell you what, that's pretty much when I fell in love. Hey, how you guys doing today? I'm out here at the Freedom Factory. Today is race day, and I'm gonna give the Northbridge Bermuda one final little cut here, get some stripes on it, and get it looking good. There's really nothing that can beat the stripes that you get from a reel mower. And to me, that's worth it. Is it comfortable to mow with? Yes, it actually is. But I have to double cut with it because it's only 20 inches, I think. And this is really bumpy out here, so it's hard to keep a straight line. So I have to do double fat stripes anyway to make the lines, the stripes look fatter, to make the stripes look more significant. But on top of that, doing the double cuts, it allows me to go back and correct any squigglies that are in there. So that's another reason I'm going to use the rotary today, is because I'm just going to get out here and get this done. This is just to get a cut on this so it doesn't get too overgrown. The other thing is these are precision pieces of equipment, and they're very expensive, $6,100 just for the base unit if you don't buy any of the attachments, which I did. Now, they gave me a nice discount, which was cool, but I'm telling you, it's a huge commitment to reel mow. And is it worth it for those incredible stripes? Well, that's up to you. I will tell you that for us, we're actually not going to manage this property here with the reel mower, except for right before the events. We'll use it then. I'll use it then to mow in the really nice stripes. But in between, we're actually going to be installing robots here. I've already got them. They're already in stock. We're going to get those installed later this month, and so that'll be content coming up. Robot mower installs at the Freedom Factory. Now we can get back to the mow. By the way, check these out. These are called Surge. I'll talk to you a little bit more about these in just a second. So last year, you guys will remember, I introduced you to the Cujo yard pants, which I'm wearing right here. Super comfortable, light and airy. And now this year, Cujo's come back and they're sponsoring this video, and this is sponsored by the Surge boots. So you've probably seen me wearing these through some different videos. The first word I will tell you is very comfortable. And I'll tell you, you don't probably realize that you need waterproof boots until you do. And the first thing I thought about these was I would use them as spray boots. That goes for the homeowner or the professional. You know, if you don't want to get chemical or stuff on your feet when you're spraying, even though most labels will say socks plus shoes, I like to go full waterproof. And the nice thing about these is my feet don't sweat in them. They're super comfortable, and you can see they have the tabs there so you can pull them on and off easily. But like I said, they're just so comfortable. I pretty much wear them for everything. You saw I just did all that mowing right there. Super comfortable. And you know, a lot of times the grass will be wet, so I don't know, there's just something to having some waterproof boots that are more than just spray boots, but also can be used for mowing and everything else. So if you've been looking for a waterproof boot to wear when you're doing your yard work, or pretty much any kind of yard work, I highly recommend the Cujo Surge. I'll give you guys a link below that'll get you 10% off the Surge, even the pants, or pretty much anything on the Cujo Yardwear website. I'd like to thank Cujo for sponsoring this video and for supporting the lawn care nut community. I'll see you guys in the lawn. So this car is going to be important to the rest of this story, but just doing a little bit of an aha. That's the incriminating evidence we needed. That definitely looks like blue paint from the logo across the backstretch. Of course, I don't have to do much investigating because all these young kids these days, they film their crimes and they put them on social media to try to get views. But this guy's not going to get away with it because there's jail time involved for the damage that he's caused. And I know you're interested in seeing it, as well as how the rest of the Freedom Factory fared after the first big race. I was here a couple nights ago to do a quick survey, and this is what I found. All right, y'all, so here I am to give you a quick update on how the Freedom Factory grass is looking after the Freedom 500. But before we go getting too deep into the details, I just wanted to say, if you missed out on the Freedom 500, I'm telling you, it was an incredible event. They pretty much take it to another level every time, but this was just on a whole different, you know, in a whole different universe. It was such a good time. I always have a good time at the events. I love hanging out with all the folks in the stands and having a good time. And by the way, reasonably priced concession stands is awesome, but overall, this was the best event that I've ever been to here at the Freedom Factory, and I've been to almost every single one of the major ones. All right, so this is the Citra Blue St. Augustine, and I'm on the east side of the track here, so you can see the sun setting over there in the west. There's the main stands, and there's the VIP section to give you an idea where I'm at. And this is the Citra Blue, looking awesome. I mean, it's pretty interesting. You can see right there, like a couple pallets looked a little bit different. Other than that, I mean, this really came in well. So all good here. Now, I got a lot of work to do here, and that's going to be the fun part. Start throwing down, start getting things going. But overall, came in good. We did get just a little bit of damage right over here. And I don't remember who did this or how or when, but there we go. We got one little dust up, and that's expected, you know? So, and then you can see wherever they went right through there. Now, these type of tire tracks like this, those don't really cause anything major. Those come right back. I just need a little bit of nitrogen to get it going. But that, they're going to have to fix that. And then somebody lost a headlamp. Now, as we go through this, I just want to say the damage here is minimal. And so that was good. We all kind of said that, even Cletus, when he and I were talking, we're like, that really wasn't too bad at all. So overall, it was a good event, and we didn't have too much collateral damage to the grass, which is obviously nice. All right, so you can see where another car went through there. Again, I'm not worried about that, but this over here, this got tore up pretty good. Now they're gonna bring out the Landscapers Grass Inc. I'll give you a link to them below. They're such good folks, I really like them, but they're gonna get them to come out and fix this. And so looks like most of this is not gonna be salvageable. So they'll do a little bit here to just level it out and drop a couple 2-tree pieces. Well, a little more than that, but a couple 2-tree pieces of sod in there, and then we'll be all fixed up and good to go. By the way, let's just do a quick root check here. You can see, I can't pull it up. See that? So it's fully rooted, looking good. So we're all good. Look at that, more nutsedge though. Definitely got to get out and take care of that. Okay, now here I am. This is the Citrozoi east side. So we were just over there. Now we're over here, east side Citrozoi. And this doesn't have any damage from cars. In fact, none of the infield stuff has any damage from cars. What this got was, you know, they had a concert stage here, and then, you know, there was safety equipment driving and all that. Like, I can look across here and I can see some ruts where something drove through there. Maybe one of the larger maybe something that was moving equipment or whatever. That stuff probably will kind of work itself out as we get rainy season. But see all this brown in here? This is from where the stage was. And so some of this could be from the stage itself or from people standing next to the stage or whatever. This has been, I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This is not good, but it'll come back. It's not going to die. We're still not getting a lot of roots either, which is super interesting to me. So, you know, I just have to call this a setback. I mean, it's not ideal when it's not even really rooted yet and it had all that traffic on it. But again, they got to run their events here. That's what this is. So I can deal with it. We'll get this back. Just going to be a lot of nitrogen. Looks like we got some more ruts in here. But we have something to take care of some of these ruts and stuff. So I've already got a plan to get an Eco Lawn top dresser out here. One of our customers actually has one that he'll let us borrow. And so we're going to have to do a lot of work with leveling, not just because of these ruts, but because of other things anyway. So we're going to do fine there. We're going to do a lot of sand leveling and stuff like that. And I think that'll mostly take care of the ruts and stuff that's out here. So really over here with the Citrozoi, the only concern I have is, again, just some of this here. It looks pretty bad on camera, but it isn't too bad at all. So that's just from where the stage was and foot traffic. All right, now we'll come back over here because I know everybody cares about the backstretch the most, and so do I. But I'll just say, that side over there, the west side, the zoysia and the St. Augustine grass, 0 damage. So that side over there is golden. And for those of you that were paying attention, this really became the showpiece of everything we did. The rest of the grass is fine. The zoysia has been a challenge. The St. Augustine, it is what it is. I mean, I love it. I love it a lot. But really, this backstretch here, this Northbridge Bermuda, this is the real showpiece. So it was really cool that I got to come out the morning of race day, kind of see some behind the scenes stuff that was going on and be a part of that and get those beautiful stripes in here. So that is awesome. We got so many more good things that we're going to do here, so many more cool things, including some leveling. But the big thing we want to look at is 2 areas of damage. One is a possible area of damage. If you guys remember, Whistling Diesel came in. They had a bit where he came in on a helicopter and he dumped some weed and grass killer out there. Again, I just love that stuff. I'm wearing my Rick Boog shirt. It reminds me of like WWE stuff. Like, is it real or is it planned? You just don't know. It's like right on the edge. And so that whole skit with Whistling Diesel was a lot of fun. But I'm wondering if it actually did cause any damage. I haven't been back over there to look yet. I'm sure that they went and bought that weed and grass killer and dumped it out and then put water in there for the bit. I'm sure they did. But I'm wondering if they triple rinsed it, because if you don't triple rinse that, it's still going to have it can still kill the grass. So sprinklers are running, not ideal. Actually, let me go turn these off. Okay, that's better. So the helicopter landed somewhere right over here, and they tackled around in here. I don't see anything, which is great. I was afraid that there would be some burn spots or some dead spots, but I don't see anything, so I think we're all good, which is great. So it looks like they did rinse that out good enough, and we didn't get any damage there. But now I think the next thing we want to look at is the JH Diesel damage. I'm definitely putting a warrant out for his arrest. He does need to spend time in jail for this, but I will say it was great and the crowd loved it. So you can see right here, can you see the tire tracks? That's where he went in, right there. And he kind of came around. It's all kind of a blur to me, I gotta be honest with you. I was just so stressed out from it. Just kidding, but anyway, it looks like, I don't know, you can just see. Look, there is significant tire trackage through here, which is not ideal. This is the big rut right here. This is where he did his big burnout and all that. So, you know, that's deep. That's at least 6 inches, at least that's what I tell her. So that's gonna need to be repaired. They got the guys coming out. You know, here's a slab right here. Kind of interesting, huh? So, yeah, but Again, they got those guys coming out to fix this. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's fun for me to complain about it, but you can see tire tracks through there. But other than that, I mean, we're fine. Maybe he actually did a loop. Again, it's all kind of a blur to me, but that's how it is sometimes with crime scenes. You know, people see things differently. But anyway, you can see right through here, we got some stuff. I think it was well worth it because the crowd loved it, but not too much damage to us, so good to go. Last thing is, I don't know what this is over here. We got two spots. I don't know if this is from, I think this is from exhaust or something with the helicopter, the giveaway helicopter, because this is where it was parked, was right here. So something hot underneath the helicopter there, and then something over here. I have no idea, but something got us and burned us up right there. Bermuda's pretty aggressive, so it'll recover there. I mean, it's not going to look good for a while, but it'll recover. I'm seeing now that I'm over here, there are some various tire tracks through here. So again, I can't remember everybody that drove through, but nothing really significant. We're good to go. I love that the grass is now a part of the whole storyline. It's almost a character unto its own, and I'm really honored and thankful that I get to take care of it and love it. So with that, we got a lot of content coming up here. We do have the robots ready to install. We're going to install those sometime later this month, so we'll have content coming out on that. I'm sure Cletus will too. And overall, I'm just looking forward to you guys seeing how incredible this Northbridge Bermuda, the Citra Zoe, and the Citra St. Augustine are going to look once they get fully established and pumped up with that nitrogen, and I get to throw her down and hope for the best. So I'm not sure if you all remember or not, but it was certified and ratified by Cletus himself that there was a $10,000 fine for anyone who caused damage to the Freedom Factory grass, as well as 10 years in jail. Now, we've got a warrant out for J.H. Diesel's arrest, and I'm gonna make sure that the prosecutor sets his bond at, can you guess how much? That's right, son. Bail's gonna be set at $100,000 or a helicopter. Since you didn't choose the helicopter, I guess you're not a flight risk, so then we're just gonna go ahead and set the bail at $100,000. So, of course, it's all in good fun, and really, I'm not the one you need to worry about. It's Freedom Frank that's gonna take care of you. So, one other place I did wanna check real quick, and then I got something real special here for the end. You guys remember there was a monster truck that flew in right from over there, and it doesn't look like that caused any damage. He launched right over there and came in right here. Maybe right here, a couple scars. Maybe. Interestingly enough, the monster trucks really don't cause any damage at all because their tires are so big, they just kind of float across and glub, glub, glub over the grass. Man, this Citra Blue is looking beautiful though. It is definitely time for a FERDAP. Everything out here needs a FERDAP. The Zoysia over there, man, it's coming along slow, but definitely this St. Aug, it's ready to run. And so, yeah. Time for some throwing down here real soon. So the grass looked so good on the live stream. I was really happy about that. But the real highlight was this logo that was spray painted here. I'll put the links below to the guys that did this. They're real pros that work on sports fields every day, high-level sports fields. So I'll give you their links below. But I figured I would end the video here with a little montage kind of showing you how they do that and the process by which it happens. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy the end here. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and I'll see you in the lawn.
Side to side.